No, it's
definitely
not.
not.
Okay. I couldn't tell
100%
because there was a mask. Who is it? Sora. Oh, that's right. It is Sora J. I saw Sora J last week. I'm never going to get faces with masks now.
I'm
if I
convinced.
haven't known you for like 3 years, I'm going to apologize to you personally.
Yeah, I'm convinced that you have some sort of medical affliction.
I do.
At this point.
I have many medical afflictions
Well, I
in
mean,
my brain
specific
specifically.
to face blindness.
I think so.
Yeah.
I will agree to that. But
So-
let's agree to the fact that this is going to be a sick match. Orex versus Sora J. Two peaches and two very, very solid ones.
Correction, there is a daisy on the screen.
A peach and a daisy.
It could be Daisy Dittos soon because you know Orex likes to swap around.
I'm pretty sure that Sora J does as well, but I
Yeah.
could be wrong.
As they should, honestly. As they should. I want to see more players rock multiple colors
Yeah.
and maybe recover.
I'm seeing multiple colors right now, and so is Sora J with that quick start combo by Orex. Wow.
I love the float to get that land on the platform. Continue the pressure with the grab. Look at... Orex's damage output is insane.
Yeah, crazy. Not something to sneeze at. And this is such a... He says, mine? Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for pulling the turnip for me.
See, that's the... Orex doesn't ever have to commit to pulling the turnip. You'll
When
let
his opponent does it for him.
You'll let you put in the time, and then he'll just take the turnip.
Yeah, exactly. But, again, you don't want to just give that to your opponent for free because you still have to respect what the turnip can do. Saw Sora J almost get his big combo started on. And look at him not crumbling to the movement by Orex.
Yeah, actually great mix-ups from Sora J on when they're throwing out those aerials low or floating. And constantly mixing up the pressure on Orex's shield. Orex just out of range from Sora J landing there. He's going to be able to get that forward air. Continue that stock lead. This is going to be a big combo. Oh, just missed the forward air. That was really sick. There was a whole side switch involved.
Wow. And now again, we see Orex just in that early game, so much damage and not struggling to close out the stock, where we've seen that for Sora J a couple of times. Not going to be able to contest that parasol with the toss down veggie, but at 99%, and the pressure just stays on. Wow.
Just out of range of Sora J's forward air, instantly swings with theirs, and Orex takes that first game.
Wow, dude. And, you know, Sora J, I mean, was playing, like, you know, his disadvantage really well. I feel like even though Orex got tons of damage on, it wasn't necessarily that Sora was playing badly. Orex just has such a grasp on how far he can push a combo and then stop and then wait. And Sora, especially if Orex ever did overextend, Sora never let that really go for free.
There was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of good opportunities there from, oh? Word? All right, we're going to the Diddy call.
So Orex giving the FTC nod too. I like it.
This is a character I think does really well against Peach and Daisy. This character, with forward air alone, does a really good job of covering float as a concept. A lot of the space that Peach and Daisy want to cover. And Banana as well is just an oppressive tool for kind of forcing that.
Yeah. You hear people talk about bubble theory a lot, and especially because, like you're talking about, right, the Banana will cover the ground. It makes it a lot more dangerous for Orex to just stay there himself, right? But that forward air is the big thing that Orex is going to have to think about when it comes to spacing in neutral, because if he does stay at such a range where he's close, but Sora still whiffs the forward air, Orex can get a big punish out of it. And so far, we've seen big damage already from him, 141 and a stock.
Oh, okay. Some of the movement from Sora J here right now is a little bit spastic and just kind of throwing out barrels in the general vicinity of Orex, and it's concerning me.
Oh, great air dodge to the ledge, though. I did not think he would make it. He won't make that one.
I like the idea of where he was drifting, trying to get all the way over to the ledge. There is a little bit of a lip that Diddy Kong can wall cling to on PS2. Maybe would have been able to get some extra movement, some charge.
And this is what I'm talking about in that disadvantage again, by the way. We've been talking about how just Sora has great presence of mind in this game, and he was DIing so well to not give Orex the free combo once he got it started, but still the damage is going so fast.
Oh, crossed right over the dash attack.
There we go. That's the barrels that we're looking for right there, not just willy-nilly going, okay, my opponent is there, I want to land on them. You can at least hit them, but you can also get center stage at the same time. I call that efficiency.
Oh, does use the flip kick to actually takes center stage, has banana pulled, waits. That's going to be a kill?
No.
Crazy? Really?
That's insane. I thought that would definitely kill.
Yeah. Especially on Peach with some big damage and rage, but all right, I guess I guess this character is built different.
Yeah, he must have been like playing Guilty Gear with like the negative tension. Oh my gosh, he's still alive though because Orex hit him with the golf club, which is weak.
Yeah, but this is crossover back air does find a stock, but this is looking really ugly for Sora J.
I would put the chances of winning at naught, but I've been surprised before. Diddy has great early damage output.
Yeah, the back air is eventually going to punish the crossover on the fair onto the shield. The character does have like a vortex of pressure once he gets it going, but it's glassy in these kind of situations when you're sitting at 140 when one missed pressure opportunity means punishable by death.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so tough to play with such a small margin of error, but still needing to maximize so much damage, especially when you're down 2 stocks against a Peach like that. Yeah, it's tough. But
it's one of those things. So I feel like one of the things that Diddy Kong really takes to the matchup is the ability to control space with forward air. But it's not just rising forward air. You have to sometimes do a little jump, fall with it, threaten with banana with a space, but not particularly throwing out moves. And what I don't see a lot of Diddy Kongs who are just kind of like picking up the character casually.
Yeah.
I have no knowledge of where Sora J is with this Diddy Kong, whether it's like a long time thing or just throwing it out here. But what I like to see out of them is peanuts in those kind of situations to actually cover the pop gun covering the range that Orex actually wants to float in.
That's something that I feel like a lot of people could benefit from thinking about more, like when they want to step up their neutral game. I know there's like a big like Tekken document about this, and I wrote this down because it was a great way to think about it. But in Tekken, there are a lot of players that kind of go on like a 3-point neutral. I forget who wrote the guide, but they talk about a 3-point neutral. It's written by a Japanese player, and you basically have Okiwaza, which is what you're talking about. It's preemptive moves that are supposed to cover an area, but it's not necessarily meant to hit your opponent.
Yeah.
But if they run into it, then like, yeah, but you're covering that space with
I'm going to swing my arms like this, and if you run into it, that's your fault.
That's your fault, right. Yeah. And then there's Arewaza, which is just trying to hit your opponent with the move you're using.
Yeah.
And then there's, I'm going to pronounce this so badly, Sashikaishi, I think, which is just reacting and waiting, which